and definitely how to prevent it since.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome once more to your favorite program, Health and You. This afternoon, we'll be talking about cancer, and not any other type of cancer, but cervical cancer. I'm your host, Chese Rodrigue. Those who be accompanying me for today's program, we have two beautiful ladies in the house and a gentleman who here in front of me we have from Great Step. Who are we talking with today?
I'm called Madam Veronica Maya. I'm the GBV officer for Great Step Initiative.
You are welcome to this platform today.
Thank you.
We also have
Ms. Jean Victory, Preventive Health Officer.
And the lone gentleman in the house.
Aswa Heged is my name, Psychosocial Support Officer for Great Step. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much and welcome to this platform. We all know that the month of January is always an awareness, something like an awareness for cervical cancer. Please, can you throw more light on that?
Well, thank you very much. The month of January is Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, so we are here to throw more light on cervical cancer to the Obuja community. Okay, I will start with the definition. What is cervical cancer? Cervical cancer is an abnormal growth of cells around the cervix that may spread to other organs. That means it doesn't just end in the cervix, it might spread to other organs like the bladder, the uterus, and the urethra.
Okay, thank you very much for making our viewers out there to know what cervical cancer is all about. Now, I would like to find out from you, what are some of the factors that can increase the risk of cervical cancer?
Okay, like my colleague said, cervical cancer is cancer of the cervix, which is actually found below the uterus in the female reproductive system. Okay, so the risk factors that can actually lead to this cervical cancer, we have number one, the human papilloma virus, which consists of about 75% of cervical cancer. We have another family history. We know we have a family history of this particular disease. It runs down to through your generation. And we have something that I consider very important. That's early sexual involvement. You know, when we go out talking to children or young girls and say, hey, flee from sexual intercourse, you just feel like, no, you want them to abstain. This is a very, very high risk of this cervical cancer. So when you abstain from it, at least you can reduce the risk of cervical cancer. And we also have multiple sex partners. We have multiple sex partners. You can actually reduce this rate of cervical cancer. And the most important, the fact that you are a woman already exposes you to cervical cancer. And the people who are in the range is 25 to 60 years, right? Yeah, 25 to 60 years.
Okay, Mr. Heged, you happen to be the psychosocial head of Great Step Initiative. So I wish to find out from you, what are some of the psychosocial impact that this cancer can cause?
All right, of course, thank you very much for this opportunity to express myself. Looking at the psychological impacts, I will go straight to the point, not to waste much time. Of course, it's going to affect the woman emotionally, socially, and even the mental well-being. Now, looking at the emotional impact, first I will talk on fear. When the woman knows that she has this particular cancer, she becomes afraid of the unknown, which could be death. Next, she will also be afraid based on the side effects of this particular type of cancer. Next, we have depression. She becomes depressed, she becomes hopeless, she becomes sad, she begins to disconnect from others. Next, we have trauma. She experiences flashbacks, she experiences nightmares, and looking at what had happened to somebody before will definitely affect her. And one of the most important factor will be social isolation. They begin to disassociate themselves from their colleagues, from their workplace, and of course, when you start to associate yourself from those kind of persons, definitely you are already alone, and you know that the end of it is definitely death, and definitely most of them go through death. Thank you very much.
Okay, back to you, Jane. You said on the 22nd of January you'll be at Ukende for the sensitization campaign. You as the head of preventive care here in the Great Step Initiative, why Ukende?
Okay, the reason we chose Ukende is because number one, we have seen that the people actually need this sensitization. And number two, we work with refugees. So we have been working with the people in Adagon 1 and Adagon 3 in the previous years. So we think it's important they go to Ukende too, since we also have refugees there. And just last week, we had the case of that woman who died of cervical cancer.
Yeah.
And the people tempted to witchcraft. So you see how people can be so ignorant about something like this. So it's good we go there and tell them how important this disease is and how it spreads, and definitely how to prevent it, since we work with the prevention.
Oh, that's really kind and nice of you, because they say prevention is better than cure, and a stitch in time saves lives. Okay, it was a pleasure having you here in the studio, and I'm happy that we get to sensitize our fellow brothers and sisters out there on what cancer, not any type of cancer, but cervical cancer is all about. Take the rendezvous on the 22nd of January 2025 at Ukende. The team will be there to tell you more. This was just an awareness for you to know that they'll be coming. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, be it Facebook, X, Twitter, YouTube. Remember, we are GC Development Humanitarian Initiative.